Tip number one, be your own caddy. If you look at the PGA Tour, they have caddies. They have notebooks. And what they do is they meticulously go through the whole course, look at the greens, look at the stimp meter, how fast the greens are, where you want to be, where you don't want to be. And as a goalie, you should use that as well. Be your own caddy. Take notes after you play. How are the boards where the Zamboni opens and closes? Is that going to be a puck handling event that's going to be a problem? How's the lighting? What's the dressing room like? What's the atmosphere like? Every time you play in a new building, take notes. How bouncy the end boards are. So be your own caddy. That's an important tip if you want to become the best goaltender you can be. A second tip that's very important is to curate your own goaltending journal. And you can use like your caddy notes that I spoke about previously. But in this journal can be the game results, things that worked, things that didn't. What were your preparation habits like? Did you feel alert? Were you sleepy? How did the game go? And you make notes of your sleep patterns, what you ate, everything you can think of about how the game went, both good and bad, and start a goalie journal. It's an important document. And I actually used my goalie journal when I played in the East Coast League. Wrote down notes of how I played, how I wanted to play each game situation. So if we're on a 2-on-1, I would say I wanted to make sure the defenseman stayed in the middle, got the pass. I communicated loudly, I got the shot, you got the pass. Every game situation, I did that. Every save selection, I wrote down how I wanted to have my gloves, my stick positioning, all the technical stuff. And all of that, my goalie journal actually became my masterclass 35 years later. So start a goalie journal. It's a great way to improve your goaltending. Tip number 3, get off your effing smartphones. If you look at your daily screen use, I see kids that have 5-6 hours every day. You aren't going to accomplish your goals if you're on your phone all the time, looking at social media and on YouTube, looking at stupid videos like this. Yes, watch some of this stuff if it needs to help you out with your game, but get off the phone, put the smartphone down, spend more time on your training than you do on the smartphone if you want to be an NHL goaltender. Tip number 4. Once per week, you should critically study an NHL game or a Division I game or major junior game. And when I say critically study, I mean don't watch it like a fan. Oh, great save. That's not going to help. I want you to break down scoring chances, cause and effect. What did the goalie do well? What did the goalie screw up on? What was their positioning? Did they look off the puck? Did they read the play? What happened on a given scoring chance? And do that for a full period or a full game. And add that into your goaltending journal. Once a week, critically study NHL games. You need to study success. With this tip, I want to bring up a name from the past, Pat Stapleton. He won that big game against Russia with Paul Henderson scoring that big famous goal in Canada. And he was our mentor growing up in Strathroy. And his saying was, study success. So that's your tip. You need to study success. Find a goalie that you love. Find a goalie that's playing where you want. Study what they do. Learn their preparation habits. Learn their pregame habits. Look how they move around the crease in between whistles. Study success. It doesn't even have to be athletic. It could be in the gymnasium. It could be if you want to become a rock star, school, whatever it is. If you want to be success in life, study success. Find somebody doing what you want to do and copy them. If you want to be the best goalie coach on the planet, maybe find a goalie coach that you could copy. You know, your greatest ability is your availability. And this is our next tip. You need to bulletproof your body with systematic dynamic stretching before you play and systematic static stretching after you play. Yeah, you're going to get hurt with unavoidable things, but most injuries can be prevented, especially soft tissue stuff, groins, hips, all that type of stuff. So be a professional when it comes to this area. Be available by making sure you prepare your body properly. You don't want to be out of the lineup with a minor groin tweak and that be the day you get scouted. So be professional. Your greatest ability is your availability. Dynamic, static stretching, get stretching. My next tip is even if you're not professional, be professional. Pretend like you're professional. Arrive on time. Arrive early. Miami time means 5 minutes early. Get on the ice first, stay out later. Be the last person off the ice. Professional means competing on pucks. Don't quit on pucks no matter how hopeless. Coach says go to the blue line, go to the blue line. Whatever you need to do to grow your game, you need to be professional, as an NHL guy would be. Be on time, do the right things, have the right habits in practice, and treat practice like their game regardless of the puck and how hopeless it is. Be professional. All right, in our next tip, we're going to talk about save percentage in practice. Sometimes it's good to treat each puck in practice, like we spoke in an earlier tip, like it matters, like it's a game. And we played college hockey. Mitch Korn had us keep a save percentage in practice. And I want you to have the save percentage in practice mindset. Every puck counts, no matter how hopeless. Every rebound control matters. I want you to make sure you treat practices like games and compete in battle every single time on every single puck in practice. And then throughout the season, from time to time, have somebody you trust do an accurate save percentage for you in practice so you can see if there's any growth in your game. You'd be surprised how well you grow your game if you have a mindset of treating every puck like it matters in practice. So save percentage in practice, whether you do it for real or in your own brain, make sure every puck counts. Our next tip is your current head coach. Why would you say that? He's your most important scout. You need to impress him every practice, every game, how he sees you on the bus, how he sees you in the dressing room. Why is this such an important tip? Because he's the guy we talk to as NHL scouts, as OHL scouts. You need to impress your head coach. So that's the next tip. Every single time you're around the environment, you're in the dressing room, make sure you're impressing your head coach. Our final tip is have fun. You're not getting out of this alive. We're trying to make the NHL, we're trying to make college, we're trying to make the OHL, but the stats aren't in your favor. You know, in North America, there's more billionaires created every year than new goalies that play in the NHL. So you literally have a better chance to become a billionaire than you do an NHL goalie. That's not to be a negative, that's not to discourage you, but enjoy the process. Become the best you can be, become the best version of yourself. But remember one thing, you should be having fun. Create these lifetime memories. Create these lifetime stories. God knows my wife knows a million stories I've told in my hockey career. She probably wishes I didn't remember, but that's why we play. Have fun, grow your game, become the best you can be, but understand from a point of view statistically, you got a better chance of becoming a billionaire than you do being an NHL goalie, so have fun while you're at it.